Probability introduction. Probability is the chance of something happening, or the chance of an event happening. For example, what is the chance of rolling a number 6 on a dice? Well, it is 1 out of 6 because it's 1 6 out of the possible 6 different outcomes. Sometimes, however, probabilities can be written as words like certain, likely, even chance, unlikely, and impossible. Now, these probabilities can be drawn on a probability scale, which go from 0 to 1, because all probabilities are out of 1. So 0 chance, if something's got a 0 chance of happening, it's got a probability of 0, it's impossible that it is going to happen. If something's got a probability of 1, then it is certain to happen. So it is certain that the sun will rise tomorrow. Now, if you flip a coin, the probability you get ahead is a half, which is evens chance, or 0.1 as a probability. So evens chance. Now, there's two other words, likely and unlikely. Well, likely would be between the evens and the certain. So likely would be here, and unlikely would be somewhere between 0 and 0.5. Now, sometimes you can have very likely and very unlikely. So sometimes probabilities can be written by just with a word saying how likely it is going to happen. So what is the probability, the chance of something happening? More useful, however, is to write probability either a fraction or a decimal, which we're going to look at writing a probability further down in this video. Firstly, we've got a list of 5 different events here. So events are possible situations, possible things that could happen. So you get a 7 when you roll a normal dice. Well, on a dice, you only have the numbers between 1 and 6. So the chance of getting a 7 is there isn't one. So it's impossible. You cannot get a 0 on a dice. So it's impossible, which we're going to label with an I. You get a number less than 6 when you roll a normal dice. A number less than 6. So less than 6 means it can't be a 6, but it could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Well, that's most of the numbers. So it's very likely that you're going to get one of them. So we're going to label that with L for likely. The front page of a newspaper will contain the word and. So the front page of a newspaper, is that likely to contain the word and? Well, it probably is going to, isn't it? It's probably going to have the word and somewhere on that page. So I would say it's likely. Some people might even go it's certain, but then you've got to look through every single paper and make sure that there is not a single paper that doesn't include the word and on the front cover. Multiply an odd by an odd gives an even number. So think of 2 odd numbers here. So 3 and 3. What's 3 times 3? It's 9. That's odd. Let's try another one. 1 times 3. That's 3. That's also odd. So you never get an even number. So that is impossible to happen. The next car you see is not a Rolls Royce. Well, how many Rolls Royces do you see? Cars? Not very many. So the chance that it's not a Rolls Royce is quite high. That's why I would say it's likely. It's not certain because it could well be, but I say it's very likely. It's likely it's not a Rolls Royce. Right, that's when you've got probabilities and you just ask to give it how likely it is with words. But more likely or not, you're going to be asked to find a probability where you're given certain information and you can find the exact probability of something happening. So here we have a bag of balls, which Archie's going to pick out a ball at random from the bag. And we want to work out what is the probability of getting the various colours shown. So first one, what is the probability of getting a red? Well, if we look in the bag, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red balls. But we need to think how many balls is that altogether. Well, altogether we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the probability that you pick a red ball is 7 out of 12. The probability of getting a yellow ball, well, if we count the number of yellow balls, 1, 2, 3, 4, what is 4 yellow balls out of a possible 12 altogether? Green balls, what is only 1 green ball out of a possible 12? Blue, what is no blue balls? So the probability could be either 0 out of 12, or you could just put 0, because it's impossible that you're going to get a blue ball in this bag. So, probabilities can be written as either a worded answer, but more than likely, if it says calculate the probability, it's looking for the fraction of what is the chance of something happening.